Well, my name's Andy Ryan, and I'm Logistics Manager here at Instarmac. My role is basically looking after the fleet. So we've got 35 vehicles, we've got 38 drivers, so my responsibility is making sure that they are doing exactly what they should be doing, really. So, well, they're important to me because for me, they're the ambassadors for the business, really. So they see the customer more than anybody else. So whether you're in the sales force or whether you're an account manager, the drivers see the customers more than anybody. So for me, really, so important, the role that they play here. The way I kind of look at it, like any business, you've got health and safety, you've got customer service, you've got profit and loss. For me, customer service is absolutely key, and we need the drivers to be able to deliver the service that we need them to deliver. I think firstly, our fleet is different because it's our own fleet. We don't rent, we don't hire, it's our fleet. I think as well, the colour, I mean, it's orange, but it's a very prominent colour. So I think once you see one Instarmac lorry, you'll see 35, it's a bit like that. I think we're very clean, it's a very clean fleet. You know, we clean the vehicles every single week without fail. We get them serviced every 6 weeks. So you won't see anything sort of parked up at the side of the road broken down. We swap them out every 6 years, so again, we don't have any rusty nails sort of running about around the motorways. It's a good, clean fleet every day of the week, really. So, well, in terms of organisation, we've got a system called Paragon, and Paragon in the industry is a sort of recognised routing system. So what we do is the orders will basically drop in throughout the course of the day. They'll come into the system, and we've got a transport planner, and his role is ultimately to make sure that the orders are going in the system and every vehicle is being routed as efficiently as it possibly can be. There's an option on there to auto route, so what it will do, the orders will just keep dropping in throughout the course of the day, and then at the press of a button, it just basically goes in automatically, fills the vehicles in the best and efficient way it possibly can. I think safety for the drivers, it's probably all around the vehicles, to be honest. So things like every vehicle has got a reversing camera. Now it won't record what's going on, but it's an aid to the driver so that he can see what's happening behind them. In terms of what's happening in front, every vehicle is fitted with a dash cam, and that is recording what's happening on the road in front of them. You've then got down the left-hand side, you've got sensors, you've got cameras, you've got Fresnel lenses. So basically every vehicle is kitted with every bit of equipment that keeps that driver safe throughout the course of the day. In terms of stress, the drivers will get stressed throughout the course of the day. However, what we've tried to do to make it as stress-free as we possibly can, every vehicle is fitted with a 2-ton tail lift. Now that might not sound a lot to you, but 2-ton enables the driver to have an electric pump truck on there, so he's not having to use an old-fashioned manual pump truck. He's lifting the goods with a nice, easy electric pump truck. He's getting onto the back of his tail lift, and that process from getting the product on to getting the product off makes his job as simple and as stress-free as it possibly can. Well, I think the benefits that the customer will see from all of that is that if the customer wants us to deliver it in a certain part of their warehouse or a certain part of the shop, then the drivers have got the tools to enable them to get it off safely, to manoeuvre that pallet from the truck into the customer's premises and position it wherever the customer wants to have that stock positioned. And they can even do stock rotation. So if the customer wants our driver to put that delivery over there and move stock to the front so that it's sort of first in, first out, then the drivers are able to do that. I think in terms of accreditations, the big one for us is FORS. We're accredited to silver status. Now you have bronze, you've got silver, and you've got gold. Some people ask me why we're not going for gold, and it's purely because it's never been a request from any of the customers. So if that day ever comes, then we'll move into gold. But currently we're at silver. Silver is probably the right level as a business for us, purely because it's driven by what's happening with VOSA as well. So VOSA and FORS kind of work together, and what that does, when we're getting audited, VOSA will speak to FORS and say, look, focus on infringements or focus on driver's hours. So what it does, it keeps us on our toes really in terms of making sure that we're compliant and legal at all times. So FORS is a big benefit for us, and it's a big benefit for our customers as well. ePod is a system that when we initially brought it in, it was purely just to get electronic PODs. What we've now done is we've taken that a stage further. So the ePod device, not only does it get a signature from the customer, but it enables us to take photographs of the product when we deliver it off. It enables us to take videos of the premises and the surroundings so that we can prove where we've delivered it to. And I think as a whole, the aim is to get that device to be a device that does everything. So whether it's getting a signature, getting a photo, getting a video, making a telephone call from it, the idea is to get everything encompassed on that one device so that the driver's not looking around for his mobile phone, his navigation system, his bits of paper. It's all done on one device. In terms of what we can do for the environment, all of our vehicles are Euro 6 engines. In simple terms, what that means is that there's fewer emissions getting spouted out into the atmosphere. What we also do in terms of the electric pump trucks that I mentioned earlier, they are being charged as the vehicle is moving. So there's no need at the end of each shift to sort of bring that in and sort of drain the power from here. So it's happening basically as the driver is working throughout the course of the day. And then in terms of registration, we register for all the low emission zones. We are registered to all of them. And to go through that process, we need to ensure that our vehicles are at the correct status to enable that to happen. So in terms of going forward with the fleet, we are in the process just now of ordering 10 more vehicles. As I mentioned earlier, we swap them out every 6 years and we're now at that stage. And what we're now doing for the next wave of vehicles, we've now purchased 2 new compressed natural gas vehicles. So we're moving on from the sort of diesel of the past, and it's now all about CNG going forward. So 2 new vehicles turning up in October this year, and that's the way forward in terms of different fuel types for Instarmac.